Now, you might ask yourself, what is a brand story? A brand story is that story, that concise story you're able to tell your audience that endears them to your brand. It's that story that goes into your About Us page on your website or on your brochure. And to come up with a compelling brand story, every brand should be able to answer 4 basic questions. And I'm going to take you through those questions right now. Now, the first question every brand should be able to answer when trying to come up with a compelling brand story is the what. You must be able to articulate what you are into, what industry you are into. You must be able to articulate to say whether you are in the food industry or the music industry or the entertainment industry or the sports industry. It's a no-no when brands say, I'm in the food industry / the sports industry. Once you put that slash there, you slashed your audience and invariably slashed your income. So it is very important for you to be able to think of what industry you're in one word. If you think of the major brands like Mercedes-Benz, you think of their industry, they're in the automobile industry. When you think of McDonald's, they're in the food industry. When you think of a brand like Versace, they're in the fashion industry. So you must be able to put your what in one sentence. Now, the second question every brand should be able to answer when trying to come up with a compelling brand story is the why. Now, this is the emotional part of your brand story. You must be able to tell your audience why you got into this business, what inspired you. Now, your why can be anything. Your why can be the love of your children, the love of your country, the love for a particular kind of sport, but you must be very honest with your why and be able to tell people why you got into your business. And that will give your audience an emotional connection with you. So the why question is probably one of the most important questions every brand needs to ask to come up with a compelling brand story. The number 3 question every brand should be able to answer is who. You must know who your service or your product is for. It's incredible how many business owners I talk to and I ask them who their target audience is. And they say, my product is for everybody. My service is for everybody. There is no such product that is for everybody. You must be able to know exactly who your target audience is. You must be able to know whether they're men or women, whether they're black or white, whether they're elderly or young. Your ability to be able to carve out who your target audience is will help you to be able to come up with an appropriate message, an appropriate brand personality for your brand. Now, the fourth and final question every brand should be able to answer when trying to come up with a compelling brand story is the where. Where is your brand going? Now, I normally call this the legacy question. How do you want your brand to be remembered in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years? You must be able to articulate what you want your brand to represent and always remind your audience of where it is you're going. Remember, you're not branding where you're coming from or where you are, but you're branding for where you are going to. So there you have it. Those are my 4 basic tips of how a brand can come up with a compelling brand story on Pro Masterclass Africa.